Good evening, crewmates. Captain Andy here for a second stream of the day. This time, continuing to showcase my quest through the Gooooold's classes and jobs. Got tongue-tied there. Yes, continue on that quest to show you, to milk as much of the story as I can. This time, working towards the crafter's class of Gooooold. I'm going to start off today with goldsmithing. Goldsmithing is what I started in 1.0. My crafting is fine and on everything, but when I started playing Final Fantasy XIV 1.0, I learned my lesson from Final Fantasy XI, where to get money you have to craft. I mean, there's many other ways how you can get gil money, but back in Final Fantasy XI, I wanted to work on my relic, and by the time I found out how to do that, it was, or at least what I consider the good proper way, was to craft to get the money for that. It was a little bit too late. I mean, eventually did get my relic, but by the time I got it, well, yeah. But I took the lessons I learned from Final Fantasy XI, I posted it into Final Fantasy XIV. And in 1.0, I decided to choose goldsmithing. For the simple reason, gold, means money. It's a very simplistic way of thinking, I know, but it worked. In 1.0, I had my own little empire-ish, and I literally even made spreadsheets on what sold, how fast it would sell, what's the median price. I had a whole factory in my own little conveyor belt of how to get this done. But unfortunately, eventually 1.0 closed, which is good in its own right because we're here today. Unfortunately, one of the couple of things that happened was when 2.0 came out, we lost a good whoever had gil, well, it affected everyone. We lost a good chunk of our gil. Now, if you didn't have much, it didn't really affect you. I had a sizable chunk, as in I could literally buy what I needed, and that's what I did. And unfortunately, well, I think you lost, say if you had 1 million, you'd be dropped down to 100,000. It was a sizable chunk. I think you're left with 10% of what you originally had. And on top of that, I mentioned previously, this is my 1.0 character, legacy character, and legacy North American legacy players were placed into the server of the world of Excalibur, which was fine and all, but I meant to play this with friends that I made from 11 in the intervening years of 1.0 and Reborn. And they did try to start an Excalibur, but it was oversaturated with a lot of legacy players, and many reasons why they could not continue on there. So they jumped onto Lamia. And as I mentioned in a previous stream, I was left with the choice either to leave my friends behind, continue on with Clalin, the original ending here, or continue on with my friends. And I made the decision to continue with my friends, who were no longer with us. But that was the decision I made, and I created a new ending Starblade, who is my Elizan paladin. And eventually I wanted to bring Clalin over to Lamia, because these were all my friends were at, my new friends were at. I don't remember much of my old friends. The one friend an old friend I remember was Aerylus Vanya. If you still play, hi. Miss you. But I want to bring Clalin over to here. And that as well could cost me another considerable sum of gil. And along with the advancement of expansions, and well, I did not have the empire I once had financially, nor the level. So I'm going to start this off with Goldsmith. I would like to say there might be some tidbits of information showing that I was a legacy player, because I did complete the quest line for 1.0's goldsmithing, but going off what I noticed with the Miners Guild, as well as the Gladiator Paladin, unfortunately, I don't think there'll be any references to any legacy players, which is good in its own sake. What I do remember from 1.0 is that the guild leader was someone different. I believe it was a tall male character. I don't remember the race nor the name. I have to look it up later on. But nonetheless, we're going to continue on with our quest to check out every single class and story. Hello. Okay. Alright then. We are going to have some fun. Who was that? Helix en garde. Right. We're just going to go forward now. Hey, for those that are watching, thank you for watching. Hope you're having a great time this evening. Alright. And much like with the Miners Guild, even though I said I did these quests in 1.0, I never done them in Realm Reborn and beyond. So this will be new content for Clalin. Let's go. Good morrow to you, adventurer, and welcome to the Goldsmith Guild. Have you come to observe our artisans at work? Indeed, it is a marvel to watch goldsmiths transform raw metals and uncut gemstones into sparkling rings, earrings, and necklaces, some of which possess magical properties no less. You know, if you'd like to try your hand at goldsmithing, the guild is open to adventurers like yourself. No prior experience is required, for we teach all you need to know about the craft. Would you be interested? Of course I'm interested. It pleases me greatly to hear you say so. As a first step, I would have you understand the purpose of our guild. The vast mineral resources of Clalin have given rise to a grand goldsmithing tradition, which has been refined through the ages. Our techniques are renowned across the realm, our creations held in the highest regard. However, we of FFXIV's lapidaries, the premier source for Uldan jewelry, were not content to rest on our laurels. Seeking to advance our craft, we turned our eyes to the east, the only place in the world known where goldsmithing was said to rival our own. We built the finest facilities to beckon their masters hither, and blended their foreign techniques with ours. Our guild quickly became the center of Eorzean goldsmithing. Aye, here you shall benefit from the refined knowledge of countless veteran craftsmen. You will learn to see the potential in your materials and shape them to your own. These are the essential skills for a goldsmith. These are essential skills, for a goldsmith must hone his eyes to identify and appraise all manners of materials, and, when needs be, recognize imitations for what they are. It is even said that a master goldsmith can ascertain the authenticity of a man himself. You may one day come to possess such vision, but even the most magnificent jewel begins life as a rough hewn stone. It must first be cut and polished before it can delight the eyes with its brilliance. If you become a goldsmith, you must needs refine yourself as you would a gemstone. It would take much time and effort, and there is no guarantee of success. Should you be certain that this is the life you seek, speak to me once more. Alright, I'm already level 60, almost half, yeah, we'll just go. Before you embark upon your journey to become a goldsmith, you must first seek an audience with our guildmaster. Are you ready to do so? I suppose. You shall find Mistress Serendipity on the workshop floor, just down the steps. Show her your burning desire to learn, and you are certain to receive her permission to join. Stop right there, you little troublemaker. People are working here. Oh, pardon me. I'm mistaking you for a mammoth. For a moment there, Let's start over, shall we? What brings you here today, adventurer? Do you perchance have aspirations to become a goldsmith? Yes. Really? That's great. Welcome, welcome. I'm Serendipity, but you may call me Sarah. Or is that too informal? Sorry, I'm still unaccustomed to the whole guildmaster business. Ah, right. What did you say your name was again? Adrian? Yes, Adrian from Clalin, exactly. Alright, Clalin's Raft. Well met, Clalin's Raft. Work hard, and one day your creations may line the shelves of SIM's aesthetics. Trust in yourself, and you can achieve anything. That was sufficiently inspiring, I trust. Good. Next order of business. Here is your new chisel. Here's your new chaser hammer. Well, I say new, but it's actually a bit weathered. But never mind you that. Just show me that you know how to hold it so we can get started. Okay. Woo! Goldsmith unlocked! I'm already Goldsmith, my dear. Great! Let's get started! Though, to be honest, I swear you've done this before by the way you wear that hammer on your hip. I'm not sure if that's a 1.0 reference or not. I may have to just jump onto another... If anyone's done this before, if you have a new character, just jump in here and see if she says the exact same thing, but... I'm curious if that's her 1.0 reference. If that's the case, then I take back my statement from earlier. Alright, let's continue. Mind you, even if you do have some experience, a responsible guildmaster must ensure that her charges have a firm grasp of the fundamentals. Therefore, I command you to craft me a copper ingot. It's simple, really. All you need is copper and a wind shard. Our guild supplier, Iceland, can supply you with copper ore. And I gave you a few wind shards along with your hammer. At least, I think I did. If it turns out you don't have any, you have to get some yourself. Isn't this exciting, Clalin? Your first real challenge as a member of the Goldsmith Guild. Show me the ingot when you're done. Good luck. Alright. Ooh, crafting log. Yeah, I've already been doing that. Alright. So when it comes to gathering supplies, as the NPC said, you can gather most of your supplies from the guild supplier. Some early items such as copper ingots or copper ore. And each guild has their own. Sometimes you have to... Well, example, for the Culinarian Guild quest, some of the items you can actually get at the Alchemist Guild, which is kind of cool in its own way. Like rock salt or something. But for here, we're asked to make a copper ingot. Now, if you're not sure exactly how to make a copper ingot, if you go into your... I know how to do this like this. Go into your crafting log, might be different for your systems. I have a keyboard, so I just press N. And copper ingot's a level 1 craft, so you just got to go to the proper level, which is 1. Copper ingot requires 3 copper ores and 1 wind shard. I have quite a few, so I'm just going to make this right away. You're going to notice 2 different bars here, one's for progress, one's for quality. Quality is what's used to make items high quality. The higher you are to 100%, the higher the chance it is a high quality. And if you're at the max, in this case 80 out of 80, it'll say HQ 100%. Progress, on the other hand, is the actual progression of making the respective item. So I find it dandy if you can make the 100% quality, but if you can't actually make the item, well, you get high quality dung. Alright, so... But we're here for the story, not a documentation on how to craft. If you want that, I can bring that another day. There we go. I made myself a copper ingot. Let's go hand this into the guildmaster. Serendipity. Oh, did you forget what materials you need? Ice and ore that can sell you copper ore, but I'm afraid he doesn't stock wind shards. Don't think too hard, Clalin. Just give it a try and see what happens. Copper ingot. An ingot of smelted copper, of course. That's fine. High quality item. There you go. You know, this is quite... utter garbage. The worst not even fit for making a chamber pot. Rude. Quiet, Gigi. I'm the guildmaster. I get to decide what's fit for a chamber pot. Please excuse me. He's a bit overzealous at times. Gigi's my assistant, but he has a habit of butting in with his opinions. Most mammoths are rather simple, capable of no more than rudimentary speech. They can be relied upon for menial tasks, but little else. Gigi, on the other hand, is quite intelligent, and quite stubborn, I might add. I suspect that's due to his age. He's been with the guild for an eternity, ever attending each guildmaster, but recently he's been coming and going as he pleases. Kneel before GGG, the one true guildmaster. Respect my authority. ignorant mortal, or suffer my wrath. It's like this every day. I'm afraid the experience he's accumulated over a century of assisting guildmasters has made him arrogant. It's quite intimidating, really. I may be the guildmaster, but he's like a walking, talking archive of all knowledge to do with our craft. Ooh, completely forgot about your ingot. Sorry. As I was about to say, this is very, very good for a beginner. It's reasonably pure and well formed. I dare say you've got a knack for this. What you need now is practice. So keep practicing with your hammer, and come back when you've gotten more comfortable using it. Bugger off, Greenhorn. Ooh, level 5, next one. Look at all this. Really? I'm trying to get rid of junk. Alright. Alright, what's next? Oh, Clalin. I'm honestly a bit surprised to see you. Most newcomers find Gigi's evaluation so harsh that we'd never hear from them again. I'm so glad that you didn't take him seriously when you said your copper wasn't fit for a chamber pot. I mean, really. It doesn't even make sense. You can make a chamber pot out of anything. Anyway, I hope you've been working hard, because your next task won't be nearly as easy as the last. Listen well. I want you to make me 3 copper gorgets. For this one, you will need copper ingots, which you very conveniently learned to make last time. Now, I directed you to purchase from Iceland before, but there are other ways to obtain it. You could dig it up yourself, or perhaps befriend a lonely miner and convince him to share some with you. Whoever you choose to obtain your materials, I'm sure you'll put them to good use. Copper gorgets. So I need some pieces of leather. Alright, so I need to make 3, so that means I need to have 6 copper ingots. So okay, quick synthesis is a quick and easy way to get this done. Although for higher crafts, when I actually want to just focus on getting high quality, I'll manually craft them myself if need be. Now I just need to find 3 pieces of leather. I think you sell it here. Yeah, if I know I'm going to be crafting for a long time, I tend to gather all my materials. The only materials I don't buy are the leather, like the hides, animal hides, whatnot. Mostly because that's relying on RNG to get your drops, and I could be spending hours and maybe just get 1 piece of hide. I'll just buy it. What? Oh, fine. Just craft it. And there we go. Are the gorgets ready yet, Clalin? Don't keep me waiting too long. Well, in my opinion, gorgeous. Your gorgeous are gorgeous, Greenhorn. Oh wait, I mean gorgeous, grotesquely ungodly. An affront to the gods themselves. For shame. Beg your pardon, Clalin. I'm afraid that constructive criticism isn't one of Gigi's strong points. But where was I? Ah, yes. The girders are well made, strong, and functional. That's the least they should, and that's the least they should be, as they're meant to protect one's throat. When it comes to basic pieces like this, we don't have much creative freedom. Still, it doesn't mean we should put in less effort, especially since the techniques used to craft simple accessories are the same ones used to craft elaborate ones. Now then, you've learned how to handle your hammer, but there's another tool I'd like you to get acquainted with. With this grinding wheel, you'll find it easier to add the finishing touches when you craft. Try using it, and you'll see what I mean. Keep your nose to that grinding wheel, and you'll be ready for your next challenge in no time at all. Let's get some this stuff. Hiccups. I'm so sorry, sir. Please don't. Oh, it's only you. For a moment there, I thought my heart was about to fail me. I thought the angry miner had returned. Gigi wasn't pleased with the ore the miner brought in, you see, and he made this sentiment clear in the only way he knows how. There was mention of the miner's mother, and then I'll go. Never mind all that. I have an urgent task for you. We've just received an order for a prodigious quantity of copper rings, and I'd like you to handle it. Now, this is an honest-to-God's commission, Clalin. You'll have to satisfy a paying customer, not your kind and lovely guildmaster. But I believe you can do more than simply satisfy. Now, the customer is waiting, so you'd best get started on those copper rings. When they're ready, come and show them to me, just for good measure. Copper rings. That would be 6 to 10. There you go. Even though it says copper rings right here, like there's a copper ring, then copper ring. What they're looking for is this right here. What I don't remember is how much this yields. So I'm going to make one copper ingot just to start. And then I'll go to here. Actually, I think I found over here. Copper rings. This is how many this yields. Only one. Right. In that case, do this 11 more times. Great. Yeah, this is the boring part about crafting. Sometimes it can take a while, but the results are usually well worth it. One, if you make your own gear like I do, you save money. And you look kind of cool doing so. And on the other hand as well, not only can you save money by making your own stuff, you can also make money by making stuff just to sell. Alright, let's make some copper rings, shall we? We'll be doing this for a while, so this will be boring very fast. And I'm making all high quality stuff. Because why not? With higher level crafts, it can be a bit more intricate on what skills you use to get to that point. But that's all part of crafting. You learn how as you go along. Gear helps a lot. Almost done with these. Now, one thing that can help also with your crafting is if you start crafting with high quality gear, like I'm going to do right here, it'll actually increase the quality, the base quality. Because there's only one ingredient here, what it does is it gives you a maximum of 50% of what the maximum quality is. In this case, it'd be max quality is 104, so half of that is 52. And when it gets to that point, it makes it a lot easier to craft. Now, these are just low-level items, so crafting is relatively simple. The other thing that can be used to help you craft is food. Sometimes you actually need it. Alright. So, are the rings ready yet? Copper rings. Tiny loops of copper wire. Uh-huh. Copper rings. I have seen worse. Oh, GG, must you always be so... Wait a minute. Did you just say that you've seen worse? Clalin, that's as good as a compliment coming from him. I mean, when you consider what a scathing critic usually is, perhaps the fact that he's not saying anything more insulting is a sign he likes it. After all, he's called your previous work utter garbage and affront to the gods themselves. I half expect him to call these rings abysmal failures. Oh, I probably should take this opportunity to teach you a thing or two of what you made. Copper rings are rings made of copper. They can be used to make chains and chainmail. You probably already knew that. Anyway, I would like you to deliver these rings to the client personally. I would handle it myself, but I believe it's very important that you learn how to deal with customers firsthand. The client is a Sultan sworn named Robert, who should be waiting outside the guild right about now. I told him that he could wait outside. He could wait inside, but he said he didn't want to distract the goldsmiths at their work. Not that I would mind a distraction like that. You're a goldsmith, aren't you? Did Mr. Serendipity send you? Here are your gold rings, or copper rings. Yes, proceed with trade. Yes, these will serve nicely. Keeping the Sultana from harm is perilous business, you see. And we Sultan Sworn can never have enough supplies to keep our equipment in serviceable condition. You may inform Serendipity that she can expect full payment soon. That I send her my fondest regards. Fondest? How'd it go, Clalin? What did you say about me? I mean about your work. Oh, anyway, seeing how well your very first commission went, I have high hopes for those to come. In fact, why don't you speak with us just down at the quicksand and see what work is available for a goldsmith? Yes, I believe you're quite ready to handle commissions independent of my supervision. Take yourself to the Adventurers Guild and try taking on a task or two. You would not just believe what happened, Clalin. Gigi touched my bottom. I was assisting one of the goldsmiths when he reached out and grabbed it without warning. Then he had the gall to say that my bottom lacks sufficient shape and tone. I feel so violated and insulted. I'm glad Robert weren't here too. I mean, Robert was back again with another commission. This time wants a pair of fang earrings and a brass gorget made. And not just by any goldsmith, mind you. He specifically requested the artisan who crafted the copper rings. That's you. You must be really impressed by your work. When the accessories are ready, pray present them for my inspection. I want to ensure Robert's completely satisfied. Ooh, he'll be satisfied, alright. Alright, so... Fang earring and brass gorget. Okay. So I'll need 3 brass ingots. Okay, how to make brass ingots? Copper ore. Alright, so first on that I'll need 6 copper ores and 3 zinc ores. Bat fang, leather. What else? Hard leather. Yeah, this can take some time to actually complete. I think early it gets more complex as you go along higher levels. Take care of that. So I need one of these. And you see here, that's the higher level item, so the quality takes a bit more quality and more progress to actually finish. Although Clalin's high enough level. I bought some hard leather. I don't want this. Get out of here. There we go. All done. How are the earrings and gorget coming along? I don't want to keep Robert waiting. Fang earring. Doesn't say much. Same thing with this. Alright. Impressive work, Clalin. You clearly have an affinity for brass. The fine touches on those earrings in particular are... Fangs, brass. This presents a dilemma. I should not like these items, but they feel fresh. Your numerous mistakes, when taken together, give them an endearing quality. I am reminded of Serendipity. Her meager bosom and untoned buttocks are... Gigi, I'll have you know that my bosom is quite ample, and my bottom is as firm as can be. I simply don't wear clothing that... Wait, this has nothing to do with anything, and I refuse to be part of the debate over my own body parts. We're talking about the earrings and the gorget you made, Clalin. Both call for brass, which is more useful than you may realize. While it isn't the fanciest metal around, it can be made to resemble gold in appearance if shaped and polished well. And despite Gigi's comments, I believe you've done an excellent job. Robert will doubtless agree. Since he requested that you make these items, I suppose you should be the one to deliver them. You'll find them outside as before. Good to see you again, Clalin. I take it the earrings and gorget are ready? Yep, they're right here, my friend. By the gods, the craftsmanship is exquisite. This isn't a gear to be worn, but art to be admired. It is of little wonder that Serendipity was named Guildmaster at such a young age. She is a woman of incomparable talent and a rare beauty besides. What? It was you who crafted these? Well now, this is an unexpected development. I'll have to keep my eye on both you and your lovely Guildmaster. My thanks, Clalin. Uh-huh. Yes. You thought it was my handiwork? I don't know what to say. For a customer to mistake your work for mine speaks to your growth as a goldsmith. At the rate you're improving, I can only imagine what customers will be saying about you years from now. Clalin, oh God, you should have seen it. It was glorious. A golden brown apple tart, freshly baked by a Bismarck-trained chef. I was saving for an afternoon snack, but the moment I turned my back, that little terror ate it. Gigi ate it. Mammoth can't even taste food, and then he had the nerve to criticize my diet, saying it would lead to further deviation from conventional standards of beauty. Gods, I just... Pardon my outburst. That's not why you're here. Keeping your skills sharp, I trust? You know, it occurs to me that the past two tasks I gave you weren't proper lessons. How about I teach you something new? What do you know about materia? Wait, don't answer that. Even if you're familiar with it, tis my duty as Guildmaster to instruct you in its applications to our craft. So let's review the basics. Materia are special crystals you can use to enhance the properties of items. Now, attaching these crystals requires an artisan's touch. So for this lesson, I want you to attach materia to an item. Not any item, mind you, but a staghorn staff, which I would have you craft yourself. This particular staff may prove difficult to construct, if only because the requisite horns must be cut from antelopes, which are not native to Clalin. If you wish to purchase some, you may have luck searching over at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. If that doesn't yield what you seek, a trip to Gridania may be in order. There are numerous types of material out there, but it's entirely up to you what you want to use. I'm only concerned with your ability to attach it after all. Oh, I almost forgot the most important part. If all this talk of materia makes absolutely no sense, then go to Central Thanala and learn from Master Mutamix himself. Though, to be honest, I don't understand a word he said. No questions? Splendid! Off you go. Alright, do you have the items I need? What do I need? Staghorn staff. Marbled eye and 2 antelope horns. You have that? Nice. Oh, we have this. As I said before, items that drop from monsters I'm not a fan of. So, that's one of the only times I'll cheat and look at the market board. Antelope ends with an E. I only need 2. Hugh is here. Alright, let's take this crafting. Hang on, folks. So we're going to craft our awesome little item here. Alright, she doesn't care what material I put on there. What kind of material do I have on me anyways right now? Anything to get rid of? Let's get rid of this battle dance material. No, I might need that for later on. Must have level 1 material somewhere. Yeah, these have coffer keys in 1.0. Not useful now, but they're just kind of cool to have around. I guess I don't have much materials. I have these materials that no longer work. And also a cracked material. Yeah, that's not useful. Alright, let's see what kind of get materials here. Crap, this guy. Nope, too expensive. Nope. Nope. I'll find something eventually. There we go. Yep. That's exactly what this needs. Yay! Alright, let's just hand this in. How goes your endeavor to attach materia? Here's your staff. Staff meeting! The crystallized essence of past experience, so easily inherited. This is all rather silly. Would it not be more simple to attach materia directly to self? Gigi would be glad to try inserting crystals into Greenhorn's skull. No, bad Gigi! That isn't how materia works! Oh, please don't misunderstand him. I'm certain that he means well. As for your staff, it's very well made, and the material is perfectly melded. Well done, nicely done. Perhaps you're wondering who would prefer a staff with a headpiece of bone over one studded with jewels. Well, the Thermitages favor such equipment. Fangs and horns are the weapons of beasts, used to kill and defend. Few materials are better suited than these for channeling the dark arts. Or so I understand. I'm the furthest thing there is from a trained Thermitage, but even I can sense the arcane magic residing within this staff. Anyway, I trust you've learned something today about the importance of searching the markets and about how to handle materia. I hope this knowledge serves you well in your future endeavors. Yay! More stuff I can sell. Oh, Clalin! I was just hoping you'd come by. You see, something's happened to Gigi. Recently, he started acting strangely. Even by his usual standards. Anyway, I believe I've determined the cause. It's quite complicated, but to put it simply, he's breaking down. I can handle the repairs, but I need to count on you for something. I need you to make an ingot of silver. Not just any ingot, mind you, but a high quality one. It may seem daunting, but I have every confidence that you can handle the task. Alright. Excuse me. Silver, silver, silver. Need 3 silver ores. Do I have any of these? Surprisingly not. Alright. Alright. For time's sake, for the stream, I'm just gonna see if I can just get the materials quickly. Although I'm not a fan of having to. Silver ores found where? Be fast if I just go there and get it myself. Alright. How many do we need? Just 3? Yup. I found also when I load up miner, when I started doing crafting, I found when I, prior to doing crafting, I actually learned miner. Although I jumped onto crafting much later on, more into it, but when I finally started getting into goldsmithing, I actually found it much more easier to craft items by just gathering the items myself. I then later became lazy. But then again, back then, it paid off. I made sure it paid off each time. So I just need 3. Of course. Oh, fine. Make a bunch of silver ingots. 4. Sell the rest. Okay, so Goldsmith Guild. Let's switch to. Oh, I did that. So, all right. No, we're not done yet. We're gonna make more. One more. I'm gonna have to empty out my inventory soon so I can make space for new stuff. Alright, my dear. Please bring me the silver as soon as it's ready. Silver ingot is an ingot of smelted silver. Fantastic. This is perfect, Clalin. I can fix Gigi with this. I'm sure of it. Silver ingot. Forced to accept from Greenhorn. So humiliating. Poor Gigi. He's like a completely different person. What? Not that different than usual, you say? Well, it may seem that way to you, but I can assure you he's quite out of sorts. Anyway, silver was historically prized for its beauty. Ancient peoples even believed it to possess magical properties. Although they did not completely understand the natural process involved, they were in fact correct. It's difficult to explain to someone without an extensive background in the relevant field, but let's just say that silver is really, really good at channeling ether. For this reason, silver is the material of choice for making a mammoth's precision parts. Thankfully, the component responsible for Gigi's erratic behavior is within my ability to craft. But God forbid that his core should ever be damaged. Oh, the core? It's, it's everything that makes Gigi himself. His memories, his personality, his soul, really. When he was first built over a century ago, he knew nothing. But by assisting guildmaster after guildmaster, he's come to possess some wisdom and experience than any living goldsmith. That knowledge and the gentle soul that carries it are our guild's greatest treasures. I take you didn't realize how irreplaceable he is. Believe me, it's been a great comfort having him around. And thanks to you, we can continue to rely on his counsel. Yay! Really? It's right in front of you. Clalin, something awful has happened. It's Gigi. Instead of behaving better, he's acting even worse. A traveling merchant was here not a bell ago to discuss potential contract with us. In the midst of negotiations, Gigi commented on the man's claiming such body baubles are beneath even on the Minson whore. Unsurprisingly, the man became quite upset and stormed off. Our members understand that Gigi can be a harsh critic, but this foreign gentleman, Rorotan, was visiting us for the first time. If we were a guild member, we might have overlooked the incident. But he was a potential business partner. God, this is a disaster for the guild. We must make it up for him. Can you help me, Clalin? Before Gigi offended him, we were discussing a bulk order of malachite earrings. By way of an apology, I'd like to give Rorotan a pair of these. The finest we can craft. If the gods are good, he will forgive us for the incident. You're one of our best, so I'd like you to craft the earrings. When they are ready, please present them to me for inspection. Obviously, I'm going to need some type of malachite for that, but... Huh. I guess I'll have to sell that silver ingot. Sorry for hunting, folks. Get to that time of night soon. But malachite I do not have. So let's see what the sapphire avenue exchange has. Guess I don't think I have this. Not like the miner's gold earlier today where half the items I already had in my pocket. Am I smelling this right? Absolutely not. I just need to. Alright. Make some malachite earrings. go. Hold on. Are their earrings ready yet? Such rich, vibrant greens. Even I couldn't have done a better job of cutting the stones. And despite being relatively commonplace, malachite is quite sought after, owing to its supposed power to ward off evil. Pieces bearing swirls that resemble an eye are especially popular. Superstitions notwithstanding, it does indeed have some mild thaumaturgical properties. Thaumaturgical. I must say, I think you've really outdone yourself, Clalin. I pray that Orotan will feel the same. Much as I would like to apologize in person, I'm not sure he would be willing to hear me out, so I would like you to deliver the earrings. Before he left, Rodotan mentioned he had some other business to conduct at the Ruby Road Exchange. Chances are you'll find him there. Depending on how this goes, this may actually be a quick one today. Oh god, it's not a guild goldsmith. Let me make myself clear. I just wanted to discuss a potential partnership. I do not know what I have done to offend your guildmaster and her assistants, but I understand that I'm no longer welcome. Now leave. Leave me in peace. Really now, I don't want to hear it. Just leave me. By the 12. I've never seen such fine craftsmanship. From Mistress Serendipity, I'm speechless. I never imagined the guildmaster would go so far as to personally craft. Wait, you are the one that crafted these? Not the fair guildmaster? The gods do indeed work in mysterious ways. I don't believe I have properly introduced myself. I am Rorotan, a traveling entrepreneur. I go wherever opportunity beckons, buying for a guild and selling for two. Long have I wandered the realm in search of fine accessories, as well as the talented goldsmiths who craft them. And you are precisely the sort of artisans I endeavor to meet. I would be honored if you allowed me to purchase more of your fine merchandise. Permit me to sell your wares, and we will both be wealthy in no time. But forgive me my impetuousness. You are a guild goldsmith, and I must go through the proper channels. Very well, I will meet with Mistress Serendipity once more. Please give my card to your guildmaster. Inform her that I shall contact her again to resume contract negotiations. All right. And one thing I thought cool about this guild here, I think maybe a thing with Gooooold. I have to check the other guilds. For goldsmiths, if you actually look outside, they actually have on display gemstones. Right outside this building. It's area. And as you go inside, you'll see more decorations as well. That's just looks like mail. If you go around the guild, you see different crafts working on different aspects. Like here, more gems. Working on it, different tools. I guess that's, well, that is something. What's over here? Spools of some type of thread or gold thread or something? Look like spools. Oh, here's more gems, actual chests you can make with a key. Typically in the guild place, you'll find tools that would be typically found for that guild's respective trade. I guess if you go back to the miners guild, booze is required for mining. Yeah, so there's more here. And like goldsmithing is like jewelry making is actually fine craftsmanship, so having a magnifying glass can surely help. Some mini spools. More items, a grinder here. Looks like a kettle of some sort. No. Looks more like a weight against the magnifying glass. And the crown jewel of this place is, I think the crown. Yes. Alright. Welcome back, Clalin. While you were gone, I performed some basic maintenance on Gigi. I'm not sure if I fixed the problem, or if there was even a problem to begin with, but... but what of Rodotan? Did you find him? Rodotan's calling card. Both sides of this tiny square of hard parchment are jam-packed with life and times of traveling Lalafellan entrepreneur Rodotan. This is wonderful news, Clalin. Not only has he forgiven us, he desires a business partnership even more than before. I knew I was right to count on you. There's something about your work that moves people, something that touches the soul. It's a gift, and it can't be taught, much as I wish it could. No, you've always had it in you, and as you grow more skilled, you'll only become better at expressing it. I'm certain that was part of Rodotan's decision, since you know he'll request your services when he next visits. You best work hard until the time comes. I've been waiting for you, Clalin. You remember Rodotan, the merchant for whom you made those exquisite earrings? He paid a visit not long ago, hoping to find you present. In fact, he was positively heartbroken that he couldn't speak with you in person. It's hard to believe he was once so furious with us. It's as if that unfortunate incident never happened at all. But, returning to the matter at hand, Rodotan has commissioned you to craft the firebrand. One of peerless quality, of course. When you're finished, I must insist that I evaluate your work. It's not that I don't trust your craftsmanship, but Rodotan is an important client, to say the least. Now, if I remember right, that required some ruby or red eye of fire. Or garnet. There's Earthbrand, Firebrand. Eye of Fire, silver ingots, bloody horns. Oh, I got a bunch of my saddlebag. What? Never mind. Here. So... Terex has it, and Eye of Fire probably don't have. I don't remember to get those. just have one for sale. I hate you. Terex has one of the horns I need. There it is. No, that's not useless enough. Let's see, let's sell this for... Is the firebrand ready yet, Clalin? Alright, Gigi. I know this is your first evaluation in a long time, but I'm sure you can handle it. Firebrand. Burn, burn. Make it burn them. Gigi is the one true lord of the Inferno. No, Gigi, no. What did I tell you? No fires. Please forgive him. I might have knocked something loose when performing maintenance earlier. But I'm certain it's nothing important. Really. Other than the occasional outbursts, he's been relatively stable. Well, for Gigi, anyway. Ah, yes, the scepter. I must say that you've once again done a marvelous job. I'm particularly impressed by how well you set the eye of fire in the scepter. This gemstone is the focal point of the design, both aesthetically and practically speaking. It is what allows a thermatist to channel the ethereal energies within. And it's what transforms the piece from common instrument of death into a stunning work of art. Any veteran thermatist would doubtless be satisfied by both the quality and efficacy of this firebrand. I just know that Rorotan will be happy to receive it. I see we're given the gift that keeps giving. I see we're given the gift of fire. Gigi, there will be absolutely no gift giving on my watch. Have I made myself clear? You can leave the rest to me, Clalin. I'll see that Rorotan receives your firebrand and nothing else. At this rate, Clalin might actually get level 61. Good to see you again. You will be pleased to know that Gigi is completely back to normal. Why, even Rorotan wasn't here not so long ago. was here not too long ago, he only had to contend with Gigi's traditional repertoire of insults. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, I'm sure. That Rorotan was a hopeless fool, that he was completely devoid of artistic sensibilities, that he smelt of rolling berries, that sort of thing. Oh, don't get me wrong, it was still terribly distressing. But at least there was no more talk of fires. Anyway, as for why Rorotan was here in the first place, he wished to commission you once more, this time for a horn staff. It goes without saying that he desires a staff of the highest quality. To please bear that in mind before you present your work for me for inspection. Good luck. Horn staff, horn staff, horn staff. Dang it. Got that. I got that. Good. Alright, give me my fire before someone buys it. Need just 2? There we go. Horn staff. High quality horn staff. Oh, have you finished the horn staff already? Indeed, my dear. Horn staff. Aha! This is a greenhorn staff. You are improving. Perhaps Greenhorn has finally outgrown her title. I must think of a more suitable one. Something that acknowledges her recent growth, but still conveys disdain for the majority of your work. That's extremely high praise. At least I think it is. But there's one thing I can say with certainty. This particular commission has made it even easier than usual to evaluate your growth. After all, the firebrand you made before required you to work with many of the same materials. So this is a perfect opportunity to see how your technique has improved since then. Although both were carved from Owlgoat horn and adorned with an eye of fire, I would say that this staff is much more refined by comparison. The wolf fangs glaring from the tip are the coup de grace, not only strengthening the thaumaturgical properties of the weapon, but also improving the wielder's ability to cut an imposing figure. Why don't you deliver this commission to Rorotan at the Ruby Road Exchange personally? It's been a while since you last met, but I'm sure he'd be happy to see you. What I like about these quests is it actually displays some of the tools you're making, and it's saying that's not on your character or on anybody else. It's just on a mannequin, or in the case of the rings or ingots, or even for mining, what you've dug up. It shows what you've dug up, that there's actual value in there somewhere. I think it's a cool touch. And down we go, down again. Horn staff. Another staff meeting. Why, if it isn't Clalin? You're a hard woman to find, and as it happens, I had another commission for you. Mr. Serendipity has the details, or would you prefer that I tell you? Already here, my boy. You already crafted the horn staff? Beg your pardon, I had no idea. I appreciate that you came to deliver it. I was dreading the inevitable encounter with that irrepressible mammoth. Don't misunderstand, it's not that I'm offended. On the contrary, his assessment of my ability is harsh, but fair. He reminds me that I have much and more to learn before I can call myself a connoisseur of the fine arts. And in times like these, ignorance can be a fatal failing, especially if the rumors sweeping the markets are to be given credence. Surely you've heard them as well. This talk of the Jade Fox? Aye, the legendary thief has come to Ul'dah at last. A master of disguise, whose identity is a complete mystery. There is but one thing which everyone can agree, that his lust for fine jewelry is insatiable. So you must understand why a merchant like me would feel at ease. There is no greater enemy to the industrious businessman than a dastardly thief who would steal his wares without compunction. You and your fellow goldsmiths should take care. In fact, it would not surprise me in the slightest if the Jade Fox were to turn his attention towards you. I'll beat him with my hammer. Godbert taught me this. Huzzah! Hey, it's Gilbert Niples. An ace cipher. Welcome back, Clalin. I hope the staff was to Rodoton's satisfaction. Congratulations on a job well done, then. Oh, but before you go, I've recently been informed of a dangerous thief that has come to Ul'dah, and that we goldsmiths might be the target of his machina. What? You've already heard about the Jade Fox? Well, now, aren't we well informed? Anyway, I must urge you to be cautious in dealing with new customers. The Jade Fox may disguise himself as one in an attempt to defraud you. As for the guild, rest assured I will personally scrutinize anyone who seeks to commission our goldsmith. I am an excellent judge of character. What was that? Did I just hear you snicker? And I thought you respected your kind and lovely guildmaster. Right. Come lend a hand, Clalin. We have a mountain of commissions to fill. It's because of the upcoming gala to celebrate the Sultana's name day. Everyone who's anyone has received an invitation, and all of them intend to be wearing the finest garments and jewelry. Some of our more popular requests have been for headwear. That's where I'd like your help, especially. We'll need 3 electrum circuits of the highest quality possible. One set with amber, one set with spinel, and another set with zircon. You can handle that, can't you? And if you're at all curious as to why I'm giving you this particular commission, it's from Rodoton, your biggest fan. He's acting as the middleman for many of our transactions, you see. I knew he was ambitious, but I never expected him to rise to prominence so quickly. He's become the talk of Ul'dah high society. What with his impressive knowledge of the fine arts and his talent for obtaining anything his customers desire. Of course, most are unaware of it is that his talent is largely dependent on yours. In case you've yet to realize it, it is your creations that have helped him to build his reputation. You haven't let him down once, Clalin, and don't make this the first time. Be the best goldsmith you can be, and bring me the circlets when you're ready. I need for them? Circlets, not chokers or anything. Okay. Got that. I have enough. Spinal, amber. So you need an amber and a spinal. Third tab. One thing when it comes to crafting, you may notice with all this crafting, you see how like it's just good, excellent, and poor. Good and excellent increases the quality, while poor decreases it. Well, that is good for crafting. Do not rely on that as your basis for crafting stuff. You'll be sorely disappointed. If you can focus on crafting well as you can normally, then all of that, essentially those are just nice bonuses. Obviously you want to avoid poor as much as possible, but I don't rely on the condition. Just do the best you can do with what you've been trained with so far. One more to do, the spinal. But if you do see it here, take advantage of it. Amber, zircon, and spinal. Oh, a lot of goldsmiths now. Remember, Roto Time requested one circlet set with amber, one set with spinal, and one set with zircon. Whenever you're ready, bring them here and I'll take a look. Electronic circuits. I will not bore you with flattery, Greenhorn. I will simply state that you did well. If you will not permit Gigi to fill your head with materia, then he will not design to fill it with praise, faint or otherwise. That's awfully petty of you. That's awfully petty of you. These circlets certainly deserve more than that. Take this one with amber. Now, amber isn't a gemstone in the traditional sense, since it's composed of fossilized resin and not a mineral. As a result, it requires different techniques to bring out its true potential. But you've managed to do just that, creating a piece which is both pleasing to the eye and beneficial to the wearer, especially one who wishes to more effectively channel his earth magics. In contrast to the natural vibrance of amber, the zircon in this circlet imparts a sense of wisdom and worldliness. Of course, it also improves one's affinity with ice aspect ether. Now that I think about it, zircon is not unlike ice, in that the presence of impurity can erratically alter its appearance. As for this circlet set with spinel, I would say it strikes me as a symbol of confidence and power. Though perhaps I'm only saying that because I know that spinel is elementally aspected to lightning. You brought out the best in your materials and crafted these three different yet equally magnificent circlets. I would go so far as to say you've attained a level of skill rivaling that of our best goldsmiths. All that's left for you is to head to the Ruby Road Exchange and deliver them to Rodoton. Actually, I take that back. There's one more thing I should probably attend to. Do you remember our friend from the Sultan Sworn, Robert? He was just here asking to speak with you. I must confess, I am somewhat jealous of this special attention. In any case, he should be returning any moment, so perhaps you can find him outside. I have no idea what's on his mind, but might as well speak to him before making your delivery to Rodoton. Secrets and lies, secrets and lies. The man is not more than a miserable pile of secret and lies. Please, Gigi, show some restraint. I know you dislike Rodoton, but this is too much. You must learn to treat our customers with respect. This kind of behavior is inexcusable. Don't concern yourself with him, Clalin. Pray give my regards to Rodoton and Robert. Indeed. There, Clalin, there you are. I'm glad that I finally found you. I understand you're helping Mr. Serendipity with some of the orders for the Sultana's name day celebration. I know you must be busy, so I'll get to the point. The Sultan Sworn had learned that the Jade Fox, a notorious thief, may be plotting to infiltrate the festivities and rob our distinguished guests. We will not allow this to happen, of course. However, the identity of the thief has yet to be determined. Therefore, we've decided to discreetly investigate several of our guests, including your patron, Rodoton. He has no ties to the 77 Caravans or any other major trade organization. We can find no relatives, and his activities prior to his arrival in the city are unknown. We've met with the so-called merchant several times and filled numerous commissions. You've met with the so-called merchant several times and filled numerous commissions for him, have you not? Yet I wager he has shared little, if any, personal information. Can you honestly say that you know the man? I tell you this because if he is indeed the Jade Fox, I fear he may be part of his plans. Do not turn your back on him, Clalin. Ooh. Greetings, Clalin. Always a pleasure to see you. Have you brought the circlets I commissioned? They're spectacular, simply spectacular. The women who wear these works of art will be the toast of Ulda. I guarantee it. You're more quiet than usual, Clalin. Is there something troubling you? Are you the Jade Fox? Yep. Are you serious? Do you really think that I might be the Jade Fox? But by the 12, I never realized you had such a delightful sense of humor. I almost thought you were serious. Because I so deeply respect you as an artist, I shall be perfectly honest. I confess, I am not exactly the dedicated entrepreneur you claim to be. In truth, I'm a man besotted with the trappings of the material world. I wander the realm in search of artistic masterpieces, not as a businessman, but as an altruist. Some men covet and hoard their treasures, but I would sooner share mine with my fellow man. I would go so far as to say that I consider this my sacred duty. Which is why I'm absolutely thrilled to have discovered a talented goldsmith like you, as a purveyor of luxury goods. Goods I couldn't have asked for a better supplier. Now, I must insist that this conversation remain between us. In this city, it's unbecoming of a merchant to have any motive other than profit, you know? Are you the Jade Fox? Are you serious? Just come out and ask him. Welcome back, Clalin. I'd ask if Rototon approved of your circlets, but I have no reason to believe he didn't. By the way, I spoke with Robert after you left. He told me this rumor that the Jade Fox might target the Sultana's name day celebration. It's terrible that the rogue would even consider ruining a royal gala. God, what is this world coming to? I hope Robert catches the fiend and personally teaches him a lesson. But let's not dwell on that, shall we? And name day should be a happy occasion. I'm sure that everything will turn out for the best. One more to go. Hey, 61! Alright, I'll take it. Oh, Clalin, good evening. Sorry, it's been a long... Wait, what day is it? I've been so busy on account of the Sultana's name day celebration that I haven't had time to get a good night's sleep. Or any sleep for that matter. Don't worry about me though, I'm fine, see? Perfectly fine. But seeing you reminds me that I have a very important commission for you. Rototon wants you to craft a ring. A ring he intends to present to the Sultana herself. This is the sort of opportunity that comes about once in a lifetime. Your jewelry might be worn by Her Majesty Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo. You see, at that celebration, all the Sultana's gifts will be presented to her at once in a grand ceremony. Any guest whose gifts receive special recognition is assured of great fame and fortune. Rototon was adamant that you be the one that craft this gifts. He said you can only accept the work of Ulda's premier goldsmith. After discussing the matter at length, he decided a flawless black pearl ring as his present. Additionally, he would like to be melded with materia as a finishing touch. I'll suggest that you use a piety materia. That should give the Sultana incentive to select it, though we don't need to give the impression that she needs it. So perhaps you could use an average grade, say 3. Given the importance of this commission, Rototon has agreed to pick it up in person. So I'll contact him when you have prepared the ring. Black Pearl ring sends me back. That is how I made my empire. That was a huge part of my money making back in 1.0. That's when now whenever you desynthesize materials. Sorry, when you extracted materia, you actually get dispose of the item as well. So I'd make a lot of accessories, which people would, I think it was called materia grinding, where you get the spirit bond all the way up, then desynthesize the item. And my idea was just to keep the market board filled, or retainers filled with those items. But that was then, this is now. Black pearl ring, that's what they want. Got that. Do I have any black pearls left? None left, alright. I just need one. Fine. One of these. Alright, let's give this a go. And there's someone cooking behind me. Alright, one last thing to do with this thing. Add materia to it. Woo! Is the ring ready yet? Remember that it must also be melted with grade 3 piety materia. Rorotan will come as soon as I contact him and not a moment sooner. Doesn't want to risk upsetting Gigi. By the 12, this is fabulous! I'll let Rorotan know at once. It's more beautiful than I could ever have imagined. The color, the shape, the luster. This is a ring fit for royalty. I knew I was right to trust in new Clalin. This ring will surely meet with her grace's approval. Stop right there, Rorotan. This mummer's farce ends now. Huh? What is the meaning of this? Think you're clever, do you? I've seen through your lies. I know who you really are. The Jade Fox. The Jade Fox? Rorotan, is this true? Have you been deceiving us all this time? I'm afraid so, my dear. But it's over now. Not a moment too soon. This charlatan was plotting to rob the guests at the namesake celebration. And maybe even the Sultana herself. That's ridiculous. I don't have to listen to these wild accusations. Clalin, I'm afraid I must ask you to give me that ring, as it is evidence of his crimes. It will be returned to you once this trial is complete. You don't believe me, do you, Clalin? I'm innocent, I tell you. Innocent! Let me see how long you can maintain this facade once I put you in a cell. I'm talking to you, Captain Genland. Captain Genland? What? What? Secrets and lies, secrets and lies. He takes them to dash and sorrow to Pearl Lane. I still can't believe that Rototown is a Jade Fox. Can you, Gigi? Gigi? Gigi, where are you? Hey, gods, Clalin. I think he might have run off on his own. I heard him muttering something about Pearl Lane. We should try searching up for him there first. Secrets and lies, secrets and lies. Back away from the Lalafell, you cur. Well, if it isn't the mammoth, you're an awfully long way from home. Gigi, what are you doing here? Why did you run away? Deceiver, trickster, this man is no sultan sworn. What? What are you saying? Robert is a jade fox, Mr. Serendipity. Listen to your assistant. You know it to be true. To be true? Robert? Tell me it isn't so. Tell me this is all a misunderstanding. Everyone take a deep breath and calm down. There's no reason this needs to end in bloodshed. My God, it's true. You really are the Jade Fox, aren't you? You've an overdeveloped sense of justice, little one. It's going to get you into trouble someday. As for you, my dear Serendipity, I think we're well past the point of introductions. Believe me when I say I'm just as disappointed as you are. I'd hope we would become more intimately acquainted before this identity outlived its usefulness. Alas, I could not bear to forsake an opportunity of this magnitude, one that Rototan here was kind enough to provide. Meddlesome contraption! You son of a... Oh, it looked like it hurt. Gigi. Serendipity. Gigi, no. You can fix him, can you? You saved my life. Do you need money for parts? I'll pay anything. You can even sell the ring I commissioned. It's not a matter of money. I think his core might be irreparably damaged. It was made over 100 years ago with techniques that have long since been forgotten. If it failed, then he is forever lost to us. I detest that ridiculous hairstyle. You must. Gigi. Clalin, what are you doing with that ring? What? You can't seriously be suggesting that. Did I just shove a ring in his chest? I guess that works. Black Pearl ring. Yeah. This is by far the worst piece Greenhorn has ever crafted. Its very existence offends me. I feel violated. So violated. Kiki, you come back to us. It's a miracle. I owe you and Gigi my life. Thank you, Clalin. Thank you. But shouldn't you return to the guild and see how Mistress Serendipity and her assistant are faring? You're right, we should. I still can't believe what happened. First, I thought Rorotan was a Jade Fox, then it turned out it was Robert. Gigi must have sensed something strange about him before. I can't help but think about all those times she ranted about secrets and lies. I assumed he was talking about Rorotan, but now I realize he meant Robert. Oh, if only I had listened more closely to his words. That man had made a fool of me. What with his dashing good looks, his piercing gaze, his broad shoulders. But we got him, Clalin. He'll never again terrorize the good people of Ulda. I'm sure you're worried about Gigi. Allow me to put your fears to rest. In spite of your reckless attempt to repair him, there was no permanent damage. Indeed, when you began fumbling around with his components and attempted to shove that ring inside him, I was absolutely terrified. Thankfully, through sheer strength of will, Gigi overcame his injuries. And it's all thanks to your ring. In Gigi's eyes, your ring was so poor rot that it filled him with such an overwhelming disgust. You reminded him of his purpose by creating focus for his great disdain, and in doing so, helped him to regain his senses. Isn't that wonderful? But that's not all I want to tell you. When I was examining Gigi earlier, I discovered something extraordinary. You see, he is by far the oldest mammoth we have here, having been constructed by one of our former guildmasters over a century ago. In fact, I'm the 19th guildmaster he has assisted, according to records. But what our records didn't contain was his original name, which was so faintly inscribed upon the score that it went unnoticed until now. Gigi is Mijing. Is Mijing, Clalin, the first mammoth ever built, and a mammoth whose design of which all others are based. Mijing is actually from Final Fantasy XI as well. Mijing is one of the two puppets that I'm going to spoil it here. Aphmo uses. Aphmo is the key NPC for the expansion Treasures of Ot Ergen. I could have spoiled it more, but let that just interest you. Go check it out, or not. It's up to you. Of course, I have no intention of telling him. The knowledge would make him insufferably arrogant. Anyway, Clalin, please accept my sincerest thanks, and though Gigi would be loath to admit it, I'm sure deep down he's grateful to you as well. Oh, in the future, please don't attempt to repair a mammoth until you've at least learned the basics of their construction. Just shove it. Why? Shoving a ring inside it? Then. And that, everyone, concludes the final chapter of Reborn's Goldsmith. thank you everyone for this is. Let's see, is there an open table? Here we go. Ah! So once again, folks, thank you for joining us for this evening edition of Final Fantasy XIV Clalin's playthrough. We've gone through pretty much most of the jobs in Ulda. We have 2 left to do. Cloth crafting, Reaver, as well as Alchemist. Which one I'll do next, I'm not entirely sure. I'll figure that out when I do that, and that will be tomorrow's edition. I might have 2 streams tomorrow just to get those 2 done. Then we'll consider Ulda's chapter closed, at least in terms of jobs and whatnot, for Realm Reborn. I'm mentioned before, I'm actually surprised at how long some of these take. From about an hour and 45 minutes up to 3 hours for some of these job quests. The classes and job quests, the dialogue for them. Which I'm glad to see as well. So there's a lot of story within this game alone. Even with just individual jobs and classes. But that being said, it's time for me to head to bed. I have a busy day coming up tomorrow. We all have busy days the next day. And I look forward to coming back tomorrow. And if you'd like me to see, click on like, click on follow. That would be notified of future events. And we're going to raid someone tonight. Who we're going to raid, I do not know yet. Let's raid Twerk Rules. Pretty cool guy. And by the looks of it, he just finished his thing. So, not him. Alright, so who else can we do? Violent Destruction. So once again, thank you everyone for joining. You all have a good night. We will be raiding in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello.